Welcome everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Moon Day. How's everyone doing? I don't know if it was a mixture of all the energies going on this weekend or events or whatever, but I woke up at 1 o'clock this morning and was not able to fall back asleep. So I am falsely energized by a bunch of caffeine and lack of sleep. So forgive me if I'm a little off today. But let's see who's here. AJ says good morning. Jackie, greetings Jackie. Happy Monday everyone. Lucy, hello everyone. So happy to be here. I've not been able to attend these wonderful gatherings in a while. Nice to have you back. All my replays are on my YouTube channel. So if you ever miss us and you want to know what's going on in the skies or whatever the cards want you to know, search my name on YouTube. They're all there. And also on Insight Timer, I have the group called Our Spiritual Community. So you can hop on Our Spiritual Community and look at the text updates, like recaps of all the oracle readings. We don't do astrology updates in Our Spiritual Community, but the card updates are there. Hi, Lindsay. Lindsay says, hi, Jackie and all. Sarah, good morning. Hi, Courtney. Hi, Michelle. April says, the energy is amazing here tonight in Japan. Lovely. Thanks for joining us all the way from Japan. Hi, Susie. Jennifer, catching the reruns on YouTube, but love being live. Yeah, there's a different feel to it, for sure. Awesome. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I just got taken back by this name. I love saying names the right way because, I mean, look at my name. It gets butchered all the time. Kalani? Hello, first time here. Nice to see you. If I said your name wrong, please correct me. For those who are new, my name is Jacqui Mancuso. I'm joining you from Northern Illinois, and today we're going to talk about Venus entering Leo and what comes with all of that, and then we're going to pull some oracle cards to see what our higher selves and our highest guides want us to know about this transit. Susie, it's wonderful here too. Where are you from, Susie? Let us know where you guys are joining from. Maybe let us know how your full moon weekend was in Barcelona. That sounds lovely. How's the weather there right now? Does it ever get cold in Spain, or is it always just beautiful? So I was here on Friday and we talked about the grand trine that we had involving Venus and Neptune and the moon. So it was a grand trine with water signs. So a lot of positive, harmonious energy with our emotions and our intuition and our feminine energy. And then we had our full moon overnight, Saturday to Sunday. That full moon was in Sagittarius. So I'm curious to hear if anything has already been released, if you feel like something is releasing, if you had any intuitive hits over the weekend that you kind of just like knew meant something. I spent a lot of time this weekend in my daydream, like La La Land, for some reason. I don't know. So I don't know if you guys felt that too, but it was a lot of just like imagination workshop type energy. Like I was foreseeing things that I want in the future, and I was having a really hard time being grounded in reality. And maybe that has something to do with my sleep and why I woke up at 1 o'clock. I don't know what that is, but I'm going with it. Jennifer says, I saw your Friday talk on YouTube. It was so on the mark. A lot of creative energy this weekend. Awesome. Flow state. Yeah. April. The weekend was full of amazing, new, important blooms and connections. Big for my business. Very cool. I love that. It's great. Jennifer, I woke up Saturday with an idea for a new book spinning in my mind. I love it. That's a download. That's when you wake up and it's right there. That's your guides like plopping it in your awareness. Like, here you go. Do that. Hello, Bonnie. Melissa, Gemini, fire and air energy made it hard for me to ground too. This whole Gemini season for me, I've been feeling very flighty, like my mind cannot settle. And I'm just flowing with it. I know it's temporary, but part of me is like, come on. I love it. Allison was called to rest. I hope you listened. Susie, I felt so positive and full of ideas for my work. And you are a Gemini. Awesome. Nice to hear that you guys had a nice weekend. Lindsay, I had lots of anxiety this weekend, so that was a bit challenging. Yeah, there was a lot of anxiety in the household, in my household. Courtney, I was also called to rest. I worked on controlling intrusive thoughts. I love that. That's not an easy task, but it is. It's simple. It's not easy, but it is simple. I don't like that word controlling, but maybe that's just me. But working with intrusive thoughts, slowing intrusive thoughts, seeing intrusive thoughts, I feel like that's where the ease is. It's just the noticing. Once you notice, it becomes a lot easier to maintain and to not allow them to spiral out of control. Bonnie, this weekend was full of abundance for me. Excellent communication. I love it. Yeah, Courtney, I know you didn't mean controlling. Lucy felt really low energy and frustrated on Saturday for no apparent reason, in contrast to most here. There is an apparent reason, Lucy. There was a full moon on Saturday. Full moons in general just kind of bring people to their lunacy. It's a lunar event. Think about how the moon impacts the tides. I don't like the way my camera's positioned today. How the moon impacts the tides in the ocean, right? It has a magnetic pull on water. It's a scientific fact. You can't dispute it. It happens. You can watch it. How much of our body is made up of water? A lot. A lot. You know, they say 60 to 70%. Who knows? But if the moon has that much of an impact on the ocean, why would it not have that much of an impact on us, right? And in the esoteric world, water represents emotions, heightened emotions. Also, water represents intuition, heightened intuition. Kalani, lots of positive energy this weekend. Difficulty sleeping with the full moon. I love it. Lindsay, I was a lunatic. Susie's moon is in Scorpio. Alice, more women go into labor during a full moon. It's interesting. Melissa, my moon is in Sag, and I loved this full moon. Awesome. So on Friday, I also touched on the little conjunction that we had yesterday, but I didn't talk too much about it. I'm facing one of my fears today, guys. I didn't make any notes. I'm just gonna let this flow because I trust what I do, and I like to take notes to keep myself on track. And I guess today, already being awake for 7.5 hours maybe is not the best day to do this, but whatever. We're facing our fears today. So if I ramble a little bit, just whatever. So yesterday we also had Mercury conjunct Uranus in Taurus. So after we had this grand trine in water, very good and susceptible for downloads, really quick information, guidance just being plopped into your mind. Then we had the full moon in Sagittarius, releasing things that bring you out of balance. Sagittarius is the alchemizer, taking a little bit of the good and a little bit of the bad and making beautiful things with it. Both of them, alchemizing it all together, right? So releasing how you are too much in the light or too much in the shadow, finding your balance here with the full moon on Saturday. And then yesterday, Mercury and Uranus came conjunct at 20 degrees of Taurus. So Mercury is the planet of thoughts, ideas, communication, speaking. Uranus is the planet of like shocking revelation, doing things your own way. Uranus rules Aquarius, so there's some Aquarius energy there. It's the higher expression of Mercury, actually. So it's like the more evolved mind Uranus is. And having Mercury conjunct Uranus yesterday, and this, I mean, they're 1 degree apart right now, so this energy is going to be available probably for about 4 more days, is having these like shocking revelations. Like someone woke up with a book idea, just like, oh, I wasn't thinking that, but this is what I should be doing, I guess. And I guess we don't should ourselves, but it can give you a very like, wow, I never thought about that before. Here it is. And it could be something so out of the blue that seems so simple. This is happening in Taurus. Taurus is the sign of simplicity. Taurus is the sign of resources, tangible things, material items. So this could have been, and it still can be, this energy is still available, but this is the energy of like, oh, I can use this resource in a new way. Or I didn't realize that this resource could do this thing for me. That type of energy, having these like shocking, eye-opening, very like out of left field type of ideas. Good morning, Helen. Bonnie says, my house goes up for sale on Wednesday. Picturing the Kool-Aid man coming through my front door. I love it. Bonnie, trust me to channel all this today. Thanks, Bonnie. So that was yesterday, ending our whole woo-woo weekend. We can call it a woo-woo weekend. It was a very intuitive weekend. And then today, in about 20 minutes, Venus is going to enter Leo. So Venus has been in Cancer since May 7th. So she spent about a month in Cancer. Venus is the planet of beauty, love, harmony. She's the divine feminine, right? She likes Cancer. She felt really good in Cancer. Cancer is the sign of the mother, the nurturer. So if you felt yourself giving more care and attention to things in your life, that could have been the Venus and Cancer energy. Today, she's walking into the next sign. She's walking into Leo. Leo is fixed fire. So fire is all about creativity, ambition, drive, creation. Leo is the sign of the creative. It's ruled by the sun. So our divine feminine is being like supercharged by the sun almost. And that will be even more amplified when the sun comes into Leo. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, they will be there. So Venus is going to be in Leo from today until October 8th, which is a pretty long time for Venus to stay in a sign. And this is happening because we're having a Venus retrograde in July. So Venus walks into Leo today. She'll be there until October 8th. And from the end of July to the beginning of September, so pretty much the whole month of August, she's going to be retrograding through some of those degrees in Venus, which we'll talk more about when the time comes. But that'll give us some time to review what we're nurturing. It'll give us some time to rethink and revisit some of the ways that we're caring for ourselves, caring for our environment, caring for others. So Leo being this fixed fire sign, Leo is known as the king of the zodiac. Leo is a very giving energy, lots of love. It's ruled by the heart, right? So Venus is walking into a sign ruled by the heart, amplified love from now until October. It will be abundant for you to give, and not it will be. It'll be available for you to give. It's your choice if you choose to tap into it or not. And there will be a lot of love just coming your way as well. So it's up to you to decide if you're going to accept it, right? This might be a time, and this just came through, Venus retrograde in Leo, might be a time of reviewing and like reflecting on how you have prevented love from entering your life, because that's a lot of, like, everything is available for us always, and 99% of the time it's us standing in our own way. So that might be a time for Venus retrograde. I'll talk about it then. Degrees of impact for Leos with Venus. So right now, she's going to be entering 0 degrees of Leo in about 15 minutes. But that retrograde is going to happen at 28 degrees of Leo. And this isn't until the end of July, so we have some time for this. But that retrograde will start at 28 degrees of Leo, and it will move back to 12 degrees of Leo. So if you have anything in your natal chart between 12 and 28 degrees of Leo, Venus is going to pass over that 3 times. So yeah, Helen, good, I can use some amplified love. That'll give a little bit more love energy to those planets if you do have planets there. If not, if you don't have any planets in Leo, Leo still rules a certain house or 2 or 3 in your chart. I really wish there was a way to screen share here on Insight Timer. April, right now, Venus is about to enter 0 degrees of Leo. She's just getting in there. I was just giving the degrees for at the end of July when she starts going back and forth and all that stuff. So right now she's at 0 degrees of Leo. Screenshot to the chat. I don't think I can share photos. Yeah, I don't think there's any way to share photos here. It's okay. It's okay. We'll make do with what we have. Does this have any significance if you are a Leo? Great question, TJ. So what that means is that Venus is just going to be passing over where your sun is, or where your sun was when you were born. So adding some love and tenderness and softness to how you shine your light into the world. I can imagine that, like, whatever day it is that Venus comes conjunct to your sun, you might just feel like extra loving, extra giving, extra just like, I don't even care if you say thank you, I'm going to give you everything I have. But there is that energy with Leo. So Leo is ever giving. They live from the heart, right? But the heart can get tender and the heart can feel unappreciated. So with Leo energy in general, now that Venus is walking in, Mars is also in Leo right now. So we have that divine masculine and divine feminine in the sign of Leo. But Leo ruled from the heart, like sometimes it just needs a thank you. You know, sometimes it's able to give more when it's reminded that everything is being appreciated. You know, so I feel really like this time of Venus and Leo from now until October 8th is a really good time to practice your gratitude. I feel like that can be one of those blocks that might be getting in your way from receiving things in your life, because a lot of the times, like, I'm guilty of it, you know, we're all guilty of it, but like sometimes focusing on the negatives brings more of the negatives into your life. But focusing on what you're grateful for, saying thank you to the universe wants to be thanked, you know, the universe brings us blessings day in and day out. And the more we say thank you, the more we're able to notice what's coming in, the more we're able to like tune our vibration into the goodness, so that the goodness just becomes more apparent. It's there all the time. So I'm not trying to say like you'll attract more goodness, because it's already there, but you'll just be more aware of the goodness around you. Oh, April, okay. I can screen share, maybe that'll be another day. Send it to me, Bonnie. My brain's in too many places. I can't do that right now. Venus is conjunct to my midheaven. Awesome, Marlene. Erin says some teachers share slideshows. Might be something to look into if you want. Okay, cool. Thank you for the heads up. I will definitely look into that. Do they do that on regular, like, Insight Timer streams, or is that part of like a workshop? Camera quality, video input. I was just looking at my settings to see. Can't figure it out right now, but that'll be for another day on lives. Okay, Erin, thanks. OBS Studio and Zoom via Insight Timer. Okay, I have some homework to do. Leo in the second house for Kay. So Leo in the second house, that'll be bringing softness and beauty into your resources, right? And this brings such an inviting energy to give gratitude to everything that is your second house, to give gratitude for the things that you have, even though you might not have everything that you want, right? Let me just see if there's anything else I want to say about Venus in Leo. That gratitude piece I really wanted to focus on. The more that you give love in the form of a thank you, in the form of, spending time on something, gifting what you can, the more it'll come back to you, which is what I was just saying. It's like the universe with the Leo energy wants to give and give and give. So just accept it. Just accept that you're worth it, and it's really that easy. However, all right, so I also wanted to talk about this. As Venus enters Leo, she is going to be opposite of Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. So Pluto right now is at 0 degrees of Aquarius. He is going to move back into Capricorn like next week on June 11th. So he's at the very, very beginning of 0 degrees of Aquarius. This was before I was on Insight Timer. So if you're not familiar with the Great Conjunction, I'll talk about it real quick. But in December of 2020, was it Jupiter and Saturn came conjunct at 0 degrees of Aquarius. So by Pluto passing over this point, it's like reactivating those Great Conjunction energies. I'm going to try to do this really fast. Why was the Great Conjunction so important? Jupiter and Saturn have, they come together every 20 years. Okay, so like that in itself, it's a once every 20-year transit. They come together in the same element for 200 years. So while they might change sign, they would meet in the same element for 20 years. So they were meeting in Earth until December of 2020. So that's just starting. So like Saturn is our rules, regulations, how we keep ourselves on track, how we keep ourselves on time and structured. Jupiter was expanding that. So in the past, it was much more practical, earthy, money. Like you need to have your budget. You need to have your ducks in a row. Now, just in December of 2020, we started this new 200-year cycle of Aquarius, air energy, new ideas, exploration, invention, lots of aha moments, higher mind type stuff for 200 years, right? So that was a really quick explanation. Good job, Jacqui. So that was the Great Conjunction, and now Pluto is here. It's going to be passing back and forth 3 more times, because he'll retrograde, and then I'll go back, and then I'll retrograde, and then I'll go back. And yeah, it's the whole thing. But right now, Pluto is across from Venus, which is causing some tension. So as Venus is walking into Leo, she's giddy, ready to go. If you were with me when I talked about Mars entering Leo, Mars is like, yeah, I'm going to go heal the world. I'm going to go do all the things. And then Pluto is like, what you doing over there? Venus is like the same thing. I'm seeing Venus like literally with a basket of flowers, like wanting to like spread flowers out to the whole world. And then Pluto is across from her in Aquarius. I feel grandfather energy from Pluto, so I always call him grandfather Pluto. But I feel like Pluto is across from Venus, kind of like you got to let something go. If you want to be as loving and as abundant as you want to be, there's something that needs to be left behind. And I'm saying this because Pluto is the destroyer. Pluto represents endings. Pluto brings things to a close, but things that aren't in alignment with our highest path. So I feel like that's kind of like the key to unlock all of this Venusian love, that we have to go through this transit as Venus walks into Leo. She has to oppose Pluto right now. So it's kind of like a gatekeeper. And that was interesting. As I was doing, I mentioned earlier in this session that this weekend I was very much in like my daydreamy woo-woo, like this is what I want for my future. And then it kind of hit me that I would have to give up some really important things in my life right now, if that's the life that I desire. So that just got me thinking, are these things serving my highest good? Or is it just comfortable and I'm afraid to let go of it because it feels good and it's familiar? Let's see what you guys are saying. Helen says, I need to work on better acceptance of lower life forms. You're working on it. Adjusting to coming out of my most recent relationship, learning opportunities. Sending love, Helen. Melissa says Leo in the 10th house with Mercury and Uranus. 10th house is all about how you structure your life, what rules you place on yourself, what boundaries you give to yourself. Mercury and Uranus. So Venus, when Venus passes over your planets, she like softens them. It's like she like eases the energy. So you might feel like Mercury an easy mind, like a softness in your thinking, less anxiety, less stress. And then your Uranus, like to me, that feels like you'll just have some like aha. It was right in front of my face the whole time, and now I see it. Ah, Jacqui, that's awesome to hear. The longer I spend with you, the more I think I can understand this stuff. It takes a lot of repetition, so appreciate you. Awesome. Thanks for saying that, because honestly, today, without my notes, I feel like I'm rambling and saying the same things, and I feel like I'm going way off topic. So that's great. Okay, cool. Thanks for explaining the great conjunction. That makes sense. Awesome. I love that. Thank you, Melissa. Helen, I'm seriously very consciously looking at the choices I'm making now to make sure they are good for me first. Yeah, you got to take care of yourself. Like, got to take care of yourself. Venus in Leo can be a lot of self-love. If you don't love yourself, what are you giving to others? Where is that even coming from? Like, if you don't have your own heart full and like satiated, then what are you even giving to other people? You're giving pieces of yourself to them. You have to put yourself first. It is an act of love for others to love yourself. I love it. And that's interesting, Jacqui. I just saw a chat come in from you and then it disappeared. Something about Pluto. That's really weird. Anyway, I want to ask the cards today, which animal spirit wants to work with us while Venus is in Leo? Thank you, Lindsay. It's all facing my fears, getting over the ramble thing. So we're going to ask the Archangel Animal deck, which animal spirit wants to be embodied throughout now until the early time in October 8th. October 8th. Helen, realize I've been allowing others to treat me poorly no more. Love it. Kate already knows she's working with card number 2. Susie, I want it. What do you want? Love? Self-love? Said I understood what you said about Pluto, Jacqui, but I'll need to go on YouTube and listen again to come close to committing it to memory. Oh, that's, yeah. Awesome. Awesome. All right, guys. So feel free to send your energy into this deck. I'm going to pull 3 cards. Well, I'm going to let 3 cards come out for us in alignment with our highest and greatest good. The whole reading is always for all of us, but if a card stands out to you, then that one might just have a stronger message for you, or it might just hold like a stronger impact on your life right now or something. So after the 3 cards come out, I'm going to show you the backs of the cards. So you're going to see this image 3 times. So like forget about looking with your human eyes. We're looking with our intuitive eyes right now. So you're just looking to see if anything in your awareness changes when I hold up a certain card. So if that means the computer glitches or something freezes, or if something happens to your physical body, you might feel an itch or a ringing in your ears, or like a twitch, or just anything that changes from homeostasis is a cue that your guides are working with you, that your guides are pointing you to a thing. So like if your dog barks or if a bird lands on your window or something like that. And if any of them, if you have a number between 1 and 3 in your mind right now, trust it, let us know in the chat. And I will hold up the 3 cards right now. Here is the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. Let us know in the chat which one or ones you are feeling most strongly. If you didn't get anything, don't worry about it. Today, the whole reading is for you. I'll show them one more time just in case. Here's the back of card number 1. The back of card number 2. And the back of card number 3. Kay is already working with 2. Jennifer, 1 feels the strongest. Jackie, 1, 2. Susie, 1 is very Leo. Me too. Helen, 2. Sarah, 3. Carrie, 3. Elisa, 2 and 3. Kalani, 1. AJ, 1 and 3. Kirby, 1 throat. 2 heart. Nothing on 3. I love it. Jennifer, 1, 3, and 2 in that order. Nani, 1. Kelly, 1. Lindsay, 3. Nikki, learning 1 and part 3. Cool. Sarah felt 2 in my tingles. I love it. Kay, when you held up 2, my throat felt a release and expansion. Cute. Stacy, 3. Roseanne, 3. Michelle, 1. Alice, 1 and 2. A bird chirped outside my window. Rima, did I say that right? I like that. 1 and 3. Charlotte, 2, maybe 3. Nikki, I got an email notification as soon as you showed 1. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. You can call it a coincidence, but nothing's a coincidence. You create everything that happens. Everything. You create it. So cool. Helen, perhaps a bit of 3. Jackie, interesting. Maybe since you had already picked 2 before showing the cards. Oh, you're talking to Kay, maybe? Yeah, cool. Okay, yeah. Bonnie, 1 crown, 2 mane, 3 heart. Cute. Allison, 3. TJ getting the Leo 1 here too. Hi, Gretchen. Awesome. So I'll read the cards. Comment furiously. Let us know what you think. It's all right. If you don't know which cards are for you, it could be the whole reading. It could be just everything. Linda, 3 had a cross light on it. Erin, I almost always go with 2 initially because it's in the middle like a target. Darn engineering background. I'm working on learning to tune in better again. There's a reason why you're doing that right now. It doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean you have to change it. That's just what you're working with right now. And that's great. That's great. Cool. So card number 1, which animal spirit would like to work with us during Venus in Leo? Card number 1 is the eagle. The message is seize opportunities courageously. And I'm not even going to try that archangel name. So this deck uses animals and their corresponding archangels, which I don't have the highest knowledge about, but I'll hold it up real close. Bokpi? Archangel Bokpi? I don't want to give any disrespect. I just don't know how to say it. These magnificent birds come from Lacume, the ascended aspect of Sirius, and have ascended into the 5th dimensional frequency. Therefore, whether they are large or small, they have individualized and are no longer part of a group soul. Eagles soar serenely over the world, revealing true mastery of the air, where they spread keys and codes from Lacume over places where the angels direct them. They teach about the power of serenity and control, which reminds us to relax and flow with the currents of life. Eagles also fly with great courage directly into storms and use the thermals as opportunities to fly higher. These impressive birds have incredible eyesight and focus it with intent and awareness as they seek their prey. As you watch the eagle flying high, you see his magnificence. This enables you to recognize your own ascended glory. This is the card of the visionary who focuses with clarity and awareness on the objective. You are advised to be very clear about what you want to achieve or manifest. View it from the most enlightened perspective so that your intention is for the supreme good. Be watchful and aware of everything that is happening. Remain motivated so that when you are ready for action, you will move furiously and tenaciously. Treat challenges and seeming setbacks as opportunities to raise your game. Constantly remain calm, centered, and serene no matter what you are presented with. When you do this, you will always stand in your power. People will see your majesty and will respect and honor you and your vision. Be aware of your own divine splendor. I love it. Kelly drew an eagle card for herself the other day. Susie, the eagle is mine. Yes, definitely. This message, if one resonated with you, this message is like extra strong. And if it didn't, whatever, it's for all of us. But this is definitely about just seeing the higher perspective, taking yourself up and out of the situation in order to view it with clarity, in order to see it through the higher lens. Especially, so Venus and Leo, I'm feeling like this whole love thing. If you feel like you're not getting love from something, someone, something in your life, I feel like this card is telling us to practice that self-love, honor ourselves, and then that will show the people or the situation that we feel like we're not receiving the love. That will show those people like, wow, you're worth love. If you're loving yourself, then you're clearly worth love. Does that make sense? I feel like it's on the tip of my tongue, and I don't know if that came out the right way. Because if you're always in that like self-defeating attitude, it's like you're teaching the people around you that is how you want to be treated. But if you're in the self-love, then you're teaching the people around you that you are worthy of love and that you deserve love. Beautiful. Thanks, Susie. Helen recently had an eagle fly across the lake right up in front of me. That's so cool. That's gorgeous. Yeah, the eagle, when I hear eagle sounds, I can't remember if I've ever heard one in person, but like when I hear it on a video, it's just like, it just like hits me a certain way. The dogs like it too. If, Venus and Leo for the next 4 months, try to not let things get so personal. Allow yourself to soar above and see the situation from a higher vantage point also. That feels good. That feels good. Yeah, Lindsay, totally makes sense. Lead by example. Exactly. Kalani, perfect. Wow, self-love and courage have been coming up for me the last few days. When you keep getting the same message over and over and over, it's time to listen to it. It's like a strong message that it's like you need to learn this lesson and follow this advice in order to level up. I love it. Alice, I am the love of my life. I love it. Yeah, Helen, magnificent bird to watch. Melissa says such good advice. Exactly what I need to work on. Oh, sorry, Nikki, to get your dogs barking. Yeah, time to listen. So true. It's, yeah, not in like a self-defeating way, not like a, oh man, I guess I need to listen to that, but yeah, it's just say thank you, right? Thank you for that message. Thank you for bringing it to my awareness over and over and over. I'm going to choose to look into that a little bit more right now. Yeah. Erin says, big picture vantage point, encouraged by the weekend's full moon as well. Yeah. Yeah, the full moon can like bring a lot of emotions to the forefront in order to let them go. And by letting stuff go, you are ascending because nothing's holding you down anymore. Does that make sense? If card number 2 resonated with you, your highest guides would like you to work with the energy of sheep. Act with fortitude and cooperation while Venus is in Leo. Archangels Gabriel and Hope. Sheep with their loving, innocent hearts came from the Pleiades to offer wool and to share their milk and their joy. They enter through Archangel Gabriel's high-frequency portal of Mount Shasta. Like all creatures from this star cluster, they carry the symbol of the 33-petaled blue rose on their auras. So they and their products carry healing energy and Christ light. Through sleep, Archangel Hope touches people with optimism and helps them to keep their spirits high so that they can aspire to achieve their full potential. It is this noble service that enables these gentle animals to bear their current conditions on earth with fortitude. Sheep choose to live in flocks because they know that when they act together, they can do their service work of spreading healing to pastures and people more effectively. They work symbiotically for the highest good. Your guidance today is to cooperate with others. Realize that together you can accomplish greater things than if you work alone. Your aspirations can more easily be fulfilled if you act from the heart and the right brain. So open your heart today and listen to your inner wisdom. Visualize your goal being achieved with love, happiness, and joy. Whether it is acting in harmony with your family or friends, or working as a team with your colleagues, the outcome will be satisfying for you all. Be kind, calm, and centered. It is through sacrificing self and personal ambition that everyone will win and a flame of hope will ignite within you. I love it. Collaborate with love. Collaborate through love. Cooperate through love. This is interesting just to piggyback. I mean, this eagle card said detach. It said to do it yourself. And now we have this contradicting card of the sheep that says to do it with others. And just right now, before we even get to card number 3, what I'm feeling like this, the eagle is saying to detach from people that are holding you back. And that's a really touchy subject, because even though people are causing conflict in your life, that doesn't mean they're holding you back. That means they're trying to get you to learn a lesson. But if people are drawing you down, if people are dimming your light, that's when it's time to rise above. And it's time to co-create, cooperate, work together with people who share a similar vision of love. That feels so right. Yeah, if card number 2 resonated with you, it's time to get in with your community and start working with people with a like mind. And it doesn't mean you have to start healing the world today. Just start a conversation. If there's people, okay, my insight timer brings people together. I'm just going to say that. Friendships has formed in this chat box, and it makes me so happy to watch. But if there's someone in the chat right now that is striking your fancy, if you're resonating with what someone is saying, request them as a friend on Insight Timer, right? And then just start the conversation. And then the two of you together, coming in, even like this, coming to these events with people of a like mind is amplifying that abundance of love. Venus and Leo, abundance of love. I love it. Helen, that's your new mantra. I am the love of my life. Helen, I think that's wonderful for you. Kalani, thank you for your opportunity to level up. Thanks for taking it. Good morning, Deborah. Susie, thank you. I only use the notes for my astrology portion. This part is always just channeled and wonderful. Yeah, Helen, time for a road trip to Mount Shasta. It keeps coming up. Yeah, 33 from the sheep card, your wedding anniversary, all about working together. This is, I just turned 32, but technically it's my 33rd year of life. Yeah. Hi, Lynn. TJ, Mount Shasta hike. Namaste to that. Sarah, so funny. I just taught a yoga class with lots of eagles in it, but my card isn't that at all today. That's funny. Funny. I don't practice yoga, but eagle yoga sounds a little scary. It's just twisty. It doesn't have to be scary. Let's see how card number 3 ties this portion of the reading all together. After I pull card number 3, then I'm going to switch decks and pull a culminating card to make sense of everything else that comes along But if card number 3 resonated with you, we asked our higher selves, our highest guides, what animal would like to work with us through the transit of Venus through Leo from now until October 8th. Card number 3 brings the rhinoceros. Be strong and courageous. Archangels Sandalphon and Rokiel. These massive creatures originate from Lakume, the ascended aspect of Sirius. I also don't know if I'm saying that right. I don't know if it's Lakume or Lakume, Lakumay. So these massive creatures originate from Lakume, the ascended aspect of Sirius. Their fortitude and their love of Earth have enabled them to ascend into the 5th dimension. The Eagle mentioned 5th dimension also. Their sole mission is to act as bridges between Source and Earth. They help people and animals to plug their Earth star chakras into Lady Gaia and to be charged with her light. They are representatives of the golden age of Mu and hold in trust for us the information, knowledge, and wisdom of that era. It is also contained in a healing blue aquamarine flame held within the centers of the Earth, Orion, Sirius, the Pleiades, and Neptune. The rhinos are helping Earth to ascend by holding the geometric structure that connects the ascension planets. Their service work is to prune trees or act as grass mowers. This card reminds you that to do a great deal of service work, especially healing, oh my gosh, I totally read that sentence wrong. This card reminds you that you do a great deal of service work, especially healing, without knowing you do so. You are asked to visualize the blue aquamarine flame of Michael and Mary and imagine yourself standing within it. This will activate knowledge and wisdom that you are ready to bring forward from the golden age of Mu. Recognize that this is important and that the keys and codes from Mu will help Earth and those around you to ascend. Your guidance is to move steadily on your path. Know that you are healing and connecting places and people wherever you go. People may not understand you, but you are developing fortitude, strength, and determination. These qualities will ultimately help you on your ascension journey. So this card said a lot. Rhinoceroses seem to ground and hold the structure for ascension to take place. But something that came through really strong with this card is the blue aquamarine light. And the sense of that you do heal others and you do service work without even trying. And especially Venus and Leo. Leo is ruled by the heart. As long as we are acting through love, living through love, focusing on love, just sharing love, gratitude, support, joy, happiness, all that stuff, you are supporting the ascension of the Earth. You're helping others. You're doing service work just by being love, being an example to others, right? I love myself, you can love yourself too, that kind of stuff. But this blue light, if this card resonated with you strongly, I recommend maybe doing a blue light of protection every morning. Yeah, that feels right. You're being asked to intentionally call upon the energies of Michael and Mary. If that resonates with you, if not, don't worry about it. If it resonates with you, I feel like you're being called to bring down that blue light and carry it with you through your days. What was it? Something about this card. It's like the conduit. The rhinoceros is the conduit between Source and Earth, and that brought a lot of heart energy to my awareness. I feel like the heart is the conduit between the above and below. The heart chakra is the middle of the 7. Leo, ruled by the heart. Hope that makes sense. Rima, this was beautiful. I love it. Bonnie, the synchronicities of this card are everything. Oh yeah, what about it? What about it? So we have one more deck. I'll pull one more card from one more deck, but just to recap quickly, see your situation from a higher vantage point, maybe detach from things that are pulling you down, allowing you to soar. Work together with those who are in alignment with love, right? Who can you spread love with? Who makes you feel whole to be around? Spend more time with those people. And just by being love yourself, you will spread love onto the earth, right? That was like, here's something that you may or may not know that is just like a huge weight off of your shoulders. Your purpose in life, this applies to 100% of people, your purpose on this earth is to love. It's really just that simple. You don't need to try so hard. You're doing a good enough job. Taking care of yourself is taking care of others. Your healing is my healing, and vice versa. So whatever you take from that is for you. We're going to wrap this up with the Moonology Manifestation Oracle cards. I want to ask, like, what type of energy to bring into this Venus in Leo transit from now until October 8th. Helen just yesterday made a connection with a new healthy friend and released an unhealthy one. I love it. Feel free to send your energy into this Moonology deck. If you've been enjoying today's session, if you'd like to offer an energy exchange in the form of a donation, they're always appreciated, never expected. If money donations aren't your thing right now, you can follow me on Insight Timer. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can interact with my social media content and like the stuff, comment on the stuff. That helps. That's an energy exchange. That helps a lot. If you want to work with me one-on-one, I have my link tree available in my Insight Timer bio. I do a whole bunch of stuff in a whole bunch of places, so you can follow me and interact with me and see what I'm doing off of Insight Timer and all that. Thank you so much, Jacqui, for your donation. TJ, energy to overcome that which does not serve me and continue necessary growth. I love that. Sending you the best. Thank you, Charlotte, for your donation. It's always appreciated. So the eagle, the sheep, the rhinoceros, and what type of moon energy will serve our highest good throughout this transit of Venus and Leo? This came pretty quickly. I need an elbow stand. Our guides would like us to work with the energy of the last quarter moon in Aries. Work through your feelings. Someone has had their feelings hurt. Maybe it's you. Deal with this upset, especially, but not only, if it's on the home front. Whatever is going on right now will go better if you take steps to make sure that no one is feeling like they've been emotionally run over. If you feel like your feelings have been trampled on, it's time to work through them and clear them. Then you must move toward your goals. It's hard to manifest when hurt feelings are in the way. Relationships, especially with family and or the people you live with, are extra charged right now. If someone is riding, oh my God, roughshod? ROUGHSHOD. If someone is riding a lot over your feelings, don't sulk. When someone upsets you, it's easy to wear your hurt like a badge of honor. Oh my God, if that is not shadow side of Leo, wow. When someone upsets you, it's easy to wear your hurt like a badge of honor. But that merely perpetuates the situation. Yeah, very cool. So there's an affirmation for this. I now choose to release all my hurt. And so it is. If someone can type that in the chat, I would appreciate it. I now choose to release all my hurt. And so it is. I love it. So the last quarter moon in Aries, when this does happen, the moon is in Aries and the sun is in Cancer. It knows that sometimes you just have to let it all go. Yeah, like detach from the hurt feelings. That I'm getting martyr energy from this. Like, that hits so hard. When someone upsets you, it's easy to wear your hurt like a badge of honor. I know I'm guilty of it. It merely perpetuates the situation. It's just about letting go of things that have hurt you. Seeing if anything else comes through, but I love it. Well, I mean, we all know, but I love the reminder, where your attention goes, energy flows. So if like you're holding a grudge with anything that could be someone who's hurt you, that could be a situation that you were in 30 years ago, that could be the way that you were raised, that could be a lesson that you learned at some point in your life that was to your detriment. Like whatever you put your attention on, that's where energy goes, and that's what you will begin to vibrate in alignment with. So if you keep focusing on past hurt, you know, like I said this a few weeks ago and it hit really strong. There's a difference between processing emotions and lamenting on emotions. This is an invitation to process. This is an invitation to fully feel what it is that your body is trying to feel. Like, set aside time. This is called a deep emotion release, okay? I give it as homework a lot of times. Set aside time to let yourself process emotions that you weren't able to process when the situation occurred. Okay, so if there is someone in your family, someone that you live with, someone in your close proximity that you have some beef with, set aside time and let yourself like feel the feelings, right? You can also do this when you're out for a walk or out for a bike ride. Move your body and like let the shit come out. Thank you, Kirby. I now choose to release all my hurt, and so it is. And by choosing to release all your hurt, you gotta release something. You know, if that's tears, if that's screaming, if that's, I don't know, like it has to physically come out of your body. So that's a question that I get all the time. Like, how do I release these pent-up emotions? You allow your body to release the emotions in whatever way it seems. This was a huge lesson that I learned. When I was a kid, my dad used to like pride me for never crying. I think he said it once and I hung on to that for dear life. He was like, oh, it's really cool that you're never crying. And I was like, oh, that's a good thing. It's a good thing that I don't cry. Okay, I won't ever cry. And then once you open the floodgates, you know, you got to cry for like 2 hours at a time, but then it gets easier. I'm kind of out of it right now, but for the winter, I would cry for like 2 minutes a day. Like something would happen, like something would come up and I would just like get it out and then I felt really good. So don't be afraid of processing emotions. Hope that helped. Let's see what else you guys are talking about. Thank you for all the donations coming through. I appreciate them. Kalani, Lindsay, Sarah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Helen says, great card. Lucy loves this card. Lynn, that card is so magic. Beautiful body language. Freedom. Ooh, yeah. I like that. Lovely reading and interpretation, Jackie and everyone. So fun, very grateful. Thanks for joining us. I'll be back on Insight Timer on Friday. Same time, 8:15 Central Time. Thank you, Dr. Monica and Marlene and Helen, everyone, for putting the affirmation in the chat. Lucy, to treat harshly. Roughshod, to treat harshly. I don't even remember what it said. If someone is treating you extra harshly over your feelings, don't sulk. Interesting. Thank you for defining that for me. I appreciate the vocabulary teachings from you guys. TJ, blame, victimhood, martyrdom, the trochea of spiritual regression, at least for me. Process and move move on. Yeah, martyrdom. I did this. I've been through that hurt, so like I deserve XYZ. No, everyone deserves all of the love. Every single person deserves all of the love. If you're holding on to like a hardship that you've had in the past, that's just your own sword in your heart. Lynn, blue light activation, card 3. Yes, the blue aquamarine colors of Mary and Michael is what came through the rhinoceros card. Helen, letting go once those feelings are felt, so there is room for the new good feelings. Yes. Yes. And a lot of times when you process those stuck emotions, you feel physical body differences. Most of your pain, pain comes from guilt. Like physical pain is guilt. But most of your all of your physical things, anything that's going on is stuck emotions. Amazing the difference between what a parent says and how we as children interpret that. Very interesting insight, Jacqui. Thank you for bringing that up. I was actually thinking about that today or yesterday, I can't remember, but something about like just because your parents taught you something doesn't mean it's true. A lot of the lessons, at least this is true for me, and like I see it resonating in others, so it might not be 100% true for you, but I feel like most of the lessons that children are taught are based on the parents' fears. So like those are the parents' fears, and just because they're afraid of something doesn't mean that we have to be afraid of that same thing. There's more there. Like we don't have to carry their ego. Thanks, Lindsay. She says, thanks for another great session. Hello, Christine. Joining to say hello. Nice to see you. Wade, the spectrum of emotions adds vital texture and richness to life. Absolutely, Wade. Yeah, it's not about being happy all the time. If it was sunny every day, you'd start to get bored of the sun. You'd start to like take it for granted. You know, if you were happy every day, you'd take your happiness for granted. I love that, Wade. The gratitude while Venus is in Leo, I think is going to be huge. The more you send your appreciation, I feel like the more appreciated you'll feel. Jacqui, thought that based on your story of your dad's comments about crying. As a parent, I know it's difficult to see how my children take in what I'm saying, but I find that's when I have the most growth. I know it's difficult to see how my children take in what I'm saying, but I find that's when I have my most growth. I love that, Jacqui. Thank you. Christine says, yes, parents often are just trying to relieve their own anxieties. Done it myself. Now I know better. Sure. And you guys know I have no parenting experience, so I'm just speaking on my opinions. Sarah says, lifelong. Life lessons involve experiencing all human emotions. Yeah, something came up earlier. I spent a lot of time with tarot cards this morning, and I forgot exactly what it was. Lifelong lessons. Like when the tragedies happen, that's when you learn some tools. You know, you wouldn't have learned how to survive in a certain way if, I don't know. I'm rambling. Thank you for hanging out with my rambling today. I'll be back on Friday. It was very nice to spend this time with you. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your insights. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for the donations. Just thanks for being here. And I will see you guys on Friday. Namaste, Susie, Kalani. I now choose to release all hurt, and so it is. Thank you, Jacqui, and everyone here. Wonderful. Sarah, yes, Spirit says life on Earth, you learn more than several lives off planet. I believe that. This is a school. Earth is a school. Namaste. Love to all. I will see you guys on Friday.